The biggest fish of the day goes to...
What up, guys? I'm chilling here with my Shiba Inu. I have to pay for doggy daycare, or I have to make my girlfriend, which most of the time I do, watch Lilo and take her to the park almost every single day. I just want to update you guys. I have a tournament this Saturday. You guys already know this. I told you last week when I went to the wrong lake. It is going to be official tournament day this Saturday over at Lower Otay. I have no pre-fishing. Anyways, I'll update you guys on the water. Peace. All right, guys, we are at Lower Otay. We're about to pay for our permits, get out in the water. National anthem will be played. All right, it's game time, guys. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's go.
I was gonna push you.
Oh, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. You're about to push me off. That's what you're about to do, huh? Lining up the competition, you said? Good luck, bro.
Later. Be safe out there.
You too. You as well. Okay. All right, guys, this is the first stop for SoCal Kayak Anglers membership drive this year. And so I found fish right away after launch. So I just waited for everybody to bounce out to their locations. And I made a few casts here, but didn't see what I liked. So I made my way across the lake. I believe it's Harvey Arm. But on the way, as you can see, I spotted out so many fish in open water, suspending in about 5 to 10 feet of water and 72 feet just out in the middle of lake nowhere. Couldn't get him to go with the 2.8 kayak, so turn on some side scan, turn on some my live scope when I got to close rock piles off this main lake point, and started throwing this Alabama rig, my go-to power bait. And then couldn't get him to go. I had him fall a little bit, but couldn't get him to go, so I started throwing this Nico rig. A lot of the times these pressured fish, after they see a rig, swim baits all day, chatter baits all day, down deep, you kind of want to throw something a little bit different. So as you can see, I have 3 rods on the deck. So I have my A rig, my Nico rig, and my drop shot rig. None of those worked from the start, so I went with my original game plan: start shallow, then go deep if I don't get bit within the first like 15-30 minutes of covering water. So right here I'm throwing the chatterbait jackhammer. It's a green pumpkin and shad. Colors. How's it going? Yeah, could be better.
I put 3 of them, but I caught 3.
Really? Dang, man. Dang, dang, dang. Well, good luck. Nice boat, by the way. What up? Yeah, it's going. Not for me. Oh, wait. You mind if I fish right here? Are you sure? Thanks, bud.
Mark, a few fish around here. I've had 1 bite. That's about it.
Thanks, buddy. I hope they're not crappie. So I picked up a few different lures: jerkbait, A rig, Nico rig, drop shot, 2.8 kayak. Those were my only baits that I pretty much threw. I threw a fluke early on and a mega bass mag draft, but none of those worked out. But as you can see, you see those marks on the graph? Those are all crappie right there. And what I would do is I would verify, throw my 2.8 out there and verify, make sure if they're a bass or crappie, because a lot of the bigger crappie would position very similar to the bass. So on the graph here, I spotted out, I gotta say, like 20 fish, all suspended in 10 feet of water, 5 to 10 feet. And you can see it when I rotate my transducer. You see all that bait, crappie, and a few bass underneath. Well, this is what happened. Yep. So first fish of the day. This one ended up being around 14.75. Definitely. I think he hit the center hook. Yeah, he hit the center hook. I'm using these Freedom weighted jig heads. This one I believe is a 1/4 ounce. Because I knew I was going to fish a little bit of a hybrid depth. I was fishing anywhere from 15 to 25 or 15 to 30 feet. So I didn't want something too light or too small. So I like 1/4 ounce if I'm going to be fishing a variety of depths. So I'm pumped right here. I got my first fish within the first hour and a half, and that's a good sign. So at that time, I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna alternate between my two baits. You know, this 2.8 Kitech swim bait and the A-rig, because if I can get a bite within the first hour and a half, then I felt like I'm gonna throw the Hail Mary and see what I can do. And you see, there's fish right there in 5 to 10 feet, suspending. And so I'm just verifying whether if it's bass or crappie right now with the 2.8 Kitech. And they are everywhere. So I was just casting right, now I'm casting left because tons of suspended fish. Now look closely as I reel this 2.8 Kitech in. Look closely in the water. Wrong species. Look at this one. Man. Look at that slab. Look at that one right here. So yeah, actually let me just go over the conditions for today. It was bluebird skies. It was really cold in the morning. I'd say it was high 30s to mid 40s. Couldn't wear shorts in the morning, and I layered up. I had a long sleeve shirt, a sweater, a down jacket, and my bibs on, and my deck boots. And I was still cold, believe it or not, in the morning before the sunrise. But I had to take some layers off because it warmed up really quickly. Now this was a very solid fish. This ended up being 16.25. I bet you it was probably one of the top 20 longest fish in the tournament, because all the males were easily being caught in the shallows, anywhere from 1 foot to 10 foot of water. But these 16 to 17 inch fish were absolutely gonna help anybody in this tournament. So all the baits and components that I was using will be linked in the description. It really helps out the channel. So if you guys enjoy this content, please use those affiliate links. Right now I have limited connections with Tackle Warehouse and etc. So I use most of my baits I use to help this channel out is through Amazon affiliates. So please feel free to use those. So I have another surprise catch, and check it out. Another donkey slab. These might have been 2 pounds. I'd say about 1.8 to 2 pound slabs. And when I researched the lake, I knew there was crappie in here, but I just didn't know how big. But I mean, these slabs were
a little struggle.
Huge. Huge. About the same size in Los Angeles, I believe.
It's really like hit and miss, short windows. It's that cold night. Cold nights.
So I tried switching over to drop shot and fish the rock piles one more time and had no luck at all.
Shane, did you catch one?
Yeah. It was short though. I've already caught 8 and I've only had 4 pieces.
Are they that shallow?
Nah, dude, the bigger ones are deep. I saw bigger ones.
I'm trying to get my limit.
To really see
Period.
if I can get a limit real fast on drop shots with curly tail worms, straight tail worms, Nico rigs, but I couldn't get it to go anywhere from 20 to 30 feet using those finesse baits. So kind of panicked a little bit. I threw the 2.8 really shallow along these tulies at main lake points, but honestly I was on the wrong pattern. Those fish already moved down Harvey Arm and other creeks and coves and bays to actually start making their beds. So all the males were stacked shallow, deep into creek arms and deep into coves. But I was still aiming for those bigger females and bigger males that were kind of one step behind. That fish was fired up right when it bit. It just dove right underneath my boat. Yeah. I had about 1.5 hours left with 3 fish in the boat, this being my 3rd fish. And I was sitting pretty till I ran out of time. This fish ended up being 18 3/4 on the A rig fishing offshore.
Alright, boys, let's go.
So I was pumped. I was ready. I was on the trolling motor going 1 to 2 miles per hour, just looking for fish, looking for solo suspended bass, and just trying to get a reaction bite off of them. Within the last 5 minutes, I had a fish just come up to my bait real fast and then stop, and that happened many times throughout the day. But line's out, it's a wrap, and I'm heading in, and I look at my phone finally. I didn't look at the standings until the very end.
Damn. 23rd. Oh. Wait, did I have big fish? No way. Wait. There's no way. I think I got big fish.
That's not funny. The biggest fish of the day, 1875, goes to Dominic Stone. Nice.
Good job, buddy.
Thanks, man.
I'll take a picture real quick. Come on, Mark. Hey,
Steve's got it.
hold that.
2, 3. Got it.
All right. Speech.
Hey, how'd you get it?
So I was working offshore, came across that point, and then live scope and an A-rig, basically.
Oh, A-rig.
Yeah,
Nice.
I casted it past him, and then I burned it right past him, and then all of a sudden he made a U-turn and just spanked it. And I was just like, damn.
That's awesome, man. Good job.
Thanks, guys. $700.
With 87 1/4, Chris Harris.
I lucked out. I found a solid cove. Fished a drop shot for like 5 hours working just this one spot that I saw a ton of fish hanging out in. And, that was it.
Hey, that's enough to get it done. Congratulations.
Alright guys, welcome back. Finished probably in 23rd or 24th place, but the good news is I caught big fish. And I was gambling during this time. I was gambling during this tournament because the buy-in was only $20. It's a nice, friendly environment. The organization is called SoCal Kayak Anglers. We're located in SoCal. And so, it sounded like a great event. I fished one of their events before, and the guys are awesome. And they had a pot called the Sunnyside pot. Sunny set it up where everybody that wanted to participate threw in $10 each person. We had about 70 anglers at the tournament, and about 64 of them participated in the Sunnyside Big Bass pot. It's winner takes all. So I decided to just buy in for that. It was only 10 bucks and 20 bucks for the tournament. My pattern was throwing an A-rig over gradually sloping points over suspended, on fish that were suspended in anywhere from 5 to 10 feet of water. So they were right smack in the middle water column. They weren't really shallow, they weren't really deep. Well, I did find fish very shallow and very deep, but I was targeting those suspended bass. So it really worked out in terms of catching bigger fish. I caught the biggest fish at 18.75s, and it was an awesome feeling because I ended up taking the highest payout of the day. Now, the biggest mistake that I actually learned from this tournament is that I need to pay attention more to the conditions and maybe go back to working shallow and gaining a little bit more confidence catching fish shallow on finesse baits. I don't know how many times I heard from the different anglers that finished in the top 10 catching fish off of drop shot and Nico rigs and smaller swim baits. Well, I believe if I actually put 2 hours in that day just fishing a drop shot alone in shallow water, I could have caught some bedfish that would really help out anywhere from the 12-inch to 17-inch range. However, I'm not gonna complain. I'm very fortunate, very blessed that I caught that 18.75 for big fish. Ended up cashing out on a roll this season, and you know, I hope you guys enjoy the content. Please subscribe, hit that alert button if you enjoy this content. If you don't, please don't subscribe. Actually, it's not beneficial to this this channel, but for those that really do like the content, smash that like button. Comment below what you would like to see more of. I was listening to other viewers, they want to see more behind the scenes of tournament preparation, and keep on going with the entertainment and education in terms of, you know, what I experienced throughout these tournaments. Let's keep on carrying that momentum throughout the year. I've cashed out on every single tournament that I participated in for 2022. It's a good sign, and I'm looking to carry that momentum to the Delta. I'll probably reveal some BTS on my Instagram. The Instagram will be linked below at @double_digit_angler. You can see my real-time footage of what's going on behind the scenes, whether if it's tournaments, daily life, or just entertainment. So thanks for checking in, and thanks for all those faithful followers and subscribers. And don't forget, all the baits, all the components are linked below. So if you have any questions, comment below too. All your questions about my live scope setup, what I've been using for A-rig to get those bites, what I've been using to catch those crappie by accident, and the areas where I chose to fish. If you want to know in depth all those tactics, all those strategies, let me know. I'll try to comment as soon as possible down below. Anyways, you guys have a great day. Peace!